Hey guys, what's going on? As you hop on, if you could just let me know if you can hear me. I did switch the microphone right now, and I hope I did it right because I'm really not that great at technology. And my husband is still in the process of putting the kids to bed. So, as you hop on, say hi, say where you're from. If you can just throw me a heart if you can hear me. Like I said, I know I just saw somebody hop on. Oh, good. Angela just hopped on. Hi, Angela. Can you hear me? Say like yes in the comments, or I don't know if you can send a heart or something like that. Oh, good. You can hear me. Whoo, praise God. And Olivia's on too. Awesome. All right, good. I'm glad you guys can hear me. Like I said, I was trying to adjust the microphone here, and I'm really not that great at technology, and my husband is putting Landon to bed still. So I don't know if he's going to be able to make it on this call. He usually does, but my son has been kind of giving us a little bit of a difficult time going to bed at night, so he's in there with him right now. So guys, thanks so much for being here. My name is Kathy Reuter, and I am really excited to be able to talk to you guys tonight. Just wanted to start out by just saying that I hope that you guys are all doing okay right now. I know this is a really crazy time right now going on in the world with all this coronavirus, and it's just getting more intense as the days go on. So I really do hope that everyone is doing okay and is hanging in there. And I guess we're just all just trying to do the best that we can, taking it day by day. That's really all that we can do. So sending prayers all of to you and to your family and to everyone else that you know, and we're all in this together. That's why we have to stick together through this, because it's just, I seriously feel like I'm living in the middle of a movie. It's crazy. So guys, I think first of all, I think that you guys are all here right now for a reason. Like something has brought you here to be sitting here right now on a Thursday night, listening to learn more about what we do as coaches, and to see if maybe this is something for you that could really change your life and help you and your family out, whether it's because you've been following somebody for a long time who, is a part of our team, or maybe you've been watching somebody and you've always kind of been curious as to what exactly we do as coaches, and you've always had kind of in the back of your mind, this seems like something maybe I could do. This keeps popping up into my life. I feel like that's a sign for me to just kind of take the leap and do this thing. Or maybe you're someone who right now is really struggling and going through a tough time in life, especially with just the coronavirus going through, and it's really been terrible because it's left a lot of people without a job and without an income. And I've been talking to a lot of people every day, more people now over these past few weeks than I have honestly in this entire time of me owning my own business for almost 6 years now. So many people just at this place right now in their life where they're either seeking some kind of community, or they're seeking some kind of purpose. They want to do something where they feel like they're making an impact, where they feel like they're making a difference. People who are just, hey, my hours have been cut back big time, or I've lost my job. I don't need anything crazy like you did, but I just need to find a way to earn a couple $100s every week throughout each month so that I can kind of keep my family afloat. And then I have other people too who have come to me who have really kind of used this basically crisis in life as their kind of red flag to make massive changes in their life. They have taken it as their sign to really just go all in and change their life drastically. Like they don't want to sit back now over the next however many months this is going to be. Nobody knows, guys, but they don't want to sit back over these next, I think this is going to go on for a while, but they don't want to be sitting back, right, and be playing that victim card. They want to feel like they have control and have control over their life and come out of this in a better place than what they are right now. So I really want you to keep an open mind as you're here listening through this entire webinar. I'm a total open book, guys, for you. I always have been and always will be. So if anything comes up, or if there's anything that you're just still wondering as I'm talking and I haven't gotten to it, post a comment and I will answer it as I go. I never sugarcoat anything, guys. I am very black and white, and I truly just want to be able to help everyone in any way that I can, whether that's helping you move your body with your health and fitness and, meal plans and all of that, and providing a community, or for people who they need some kind of supplemental income at home, or both. So keep an open mind, guys, because this business can do all of those things that I just went over. They can do all of those things. They can provide the community. They can provide supplemental income. It can be the thing that gives you that connection back into your life and help you get healthy and fit from your own home, right? Meet new friends, make an impact, do something where there's purpose behind it. And also, if you want it to be something, amazing, where you literally change the entire course of your life, it can be like that too. So I want to start out by just kind of sharing with you my story and how I got into this, because honestly, if you had told me that I would be doing something like this and actually doing a video like this 6 years ago, I would have been like, no way in hell, that sounds ridiculous. That's not even a real thing. Like, no, I went to school to become a teacher, and that's what I'm doing. But it's funny because I really do think that things come into your life, guys, at just the right time for a reason. I feel like there's opportunities all the time, and they're always there. And you can either keep an open mind to it and choose to open that door and take that leap, or you can choose to be skeptical and closed-minded and do nothing at all. And maybe look back and say, oh, but what if I had actually said yes to this one opportunity? How could my life look different? And that's one of the things, is that I try to always live that way. So when I do look back, I can't really have any regrets. And so I had actually been a teacher for 10 years. I was an elementary school teacher for 10 years. I had my master's degree in special education, taught first and second grade. And I always knew that I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. And this was something that me and my husband were in agreement on before we even had kids. So when I was pregnant with my firstborn, Landon, he is 7.5 right now, but when I was pregnant with him way back in the day, I was teaching first grade at the time, and we knew that I was going to stop teaching. And we were really nervous to do that, guys, because at that time, when I had stopped teaching, because of the area that I was in and the district I was in and my credentials and for how long I'd been teaching, I was earning like $70,000 a year at that time. So that was a lot of money for us to stop earning. And we were going to be okay with that, because we were going to be willing to do whatever it took, make sacrifices so that I could just be home with the kids. I didn't see myself taking any vacations. We knew we weren't going to have any extra money. We knew it was going to be really tight. I knew that I was going to have to be tutoring to get some kind of extra income coming in. My husband had his full-time job, and he was doing multiple businesses on the side too. He was doing, he owned a website design company. He was doing photography and videography. He owns a ski forum. And like I said, he was doing his full-time job. So we were okay with doing this. We knew we were going to be busy, but like I said, we were willing to do whatever we could so that I could be home with the kids. So I handed in my paperwork. I actually resigned from teaching and had Landon, and life was good, right? I was tutoring like pretty much Monday through Friday at night. And we honestly, like what ended up happening is we were just sinking further and further and further into debt. We didn't really understand just how expensive kids actually are. And we didn't really realize how it was going to affect us to this extreme. And so I kept tutoring, and my husband kept doing his businesses, and he kept doing his full-time job, but we just kept sinking further and further and further into debt. And when Landon was 10 months old, I found out I was pregnant with my second-born, Kirsten. We didn't know she was a girl, but she was a girl. And fast forward, I gave birth to her on January 1st, 2014, and both the kids are 18 months apart. So by this point in time, guys, we were in so much financial trouble. It was absolutely so stressful. Like, I just remember that. I know. That's why, like, when I talk to people today and they tell me that amount of debt that they have, or how they don't know how they're going to be able to pay this next bill, or that they're sinking by this much every month, I remember what that felt like. I just remember how much my husband and I would argue over, income, and I couldn't even get a coffee up the street. And it was so stressful. And no one around me knew that we were struggling this bad because I was so embarrassed that we got ourselves to that point. But we got ourselves to that point because we were living off of one income now for like a 2-year period. So my husband would say, he's the big numbers guy. Like, he's totally into finances and he's the one who handles all that. So he would be making comments to me and say things like, Kathy, we are really in a lot of trouble here. You're going to have to go back to your teaching career. There's no way around it. And I'd be like, it's fine, Nick. It's totally fine. Like, what are you talking about? Like, no, I'm not worried about that. Like, I literally would totally just head in the sand type of thing mentality, as if like some kind of miraculous bag of gold was going to come land on my front steps. So now it comes to this point where Kirsten was 4 months old, Landon was 22 months old, and I'll never forget it. I was in Massachusetts at the time, and I was in my home there, and I was standing in my foyer, and Kirsten was, I mean, she was little. She had a, her cream fleece sack on. I was rocking her, like, in there singing, waiting for Nick to come home from work. Landon was like flying around me on his little Elmo plane, and I had 2 dogs at the time. They were going nuts. I mean, it was crazy, but I was doing what I really wanted to be doing, which was being home with my kids. I just never wanted to miss a moment, and he came home from work, and he literally just like looked me in the eye and said, Kathy, like, you are going to have to go back to teaching ASAP. And he wasn't like joking. It wasn't like just something he was just saying that I could brush off this time. That's where he laid it all on the line to me. Like I said, I wasn't aware of our financial kind of situation. And even when he would kind of tell me and make, little hits here and there and say things about it, I was just like, pfft. And he said, Kathy, we literally have completely depleted our entire savings account now because we've been living off of this one income. And we owe over $35,000 in credit card debt. And we're literally sinking by $1,000 every month. We have our whole lives ahead of us, Kathy. We're only 32 years old. Like, we want to have more kids. We want to be able to go on vacations. Like, what kind of a life are we bringing these kids up in? We're going to end up bankrupt in not many years if we keep this up. You have to go back to teaching. And it was literally like he had just like reached in, grabbed my heart, and was like, like, I just remember that. Like, I had a massive lump, the lump that forms in your throat. Like, my heart was racing. I was so hot. My eyes were all filled up because now I had already been home with my kids. So I knew what that was like. And no, it's not easy, and I know it's not for everybody. And you don't have to want to be home with your kids 24/7 like I did to do this business. Everybody has their own agenda, and there's no right or wrong reason for coming into this. But that was like, for me, that's all I ever saw myself doing, was being home with the kids. And I, at that time, literally just remember feeling so stuck. Like, I just remember being like, oh my God, what am I going to do though? Like, I'm tutoring, it's not bringing in enough money. And I got my degree in teaching. I'm obviously going to have to go back to teaching. But I deep down was like, no, I will do anything to not go back to teaching. Trust me, I liked teaching at the time when I didn't have kids, right? But I didn't want to drop my kids off at daycare and miss out on all those moments with them and have somebody else be rocking my baby to sleep and, consoling them when something was wrong and they were crying. And I didn't want to be teaching 25 other kids who weren't mine and dealing with all the politics that came along with that. I didn't want that. Like, that ship had sailed, been there, done that. And it's funny because, like I said at the beginning of this video, I do believe that things come into your life at the right time for a reason. And it was literally that weekend when my husband and I went out on a double date with my best friend from high school, who was a guy. His girlfriend was a coach. His girlfriend was a Beachbody coach. And we got together, and I was eating some homemade guacamole and chips in this awesome restaurant in Boston. And I was telling her about my situation. And thank God I did. Thank God I actually spoke up and said something. And she told me about this business. And she said to me, Kathy, you have to do this with me. This is going to be, or this could be the thing. She didn't make any promises to me because nothing's guaranteed, guys, right? It all depends on, your level of effort and how much time you put into this and your ability to be able to go the distance and persevere and be teachable and be determined and all of that. But she said to me, Kathy, you should do this because this could help you in your family. Not only can it help you lose all that weight, because guys, I was like almost 40 pounds overweight after having the 2 kids. I just could not get rid of it. So not only can this be an opportunity for you to be able to lose the baby weight and get your old, body back and get your confidence back just from home, but you can also kill 2 birds with 1 stone and earn an income. And now, guys, listen, this is how I roll. This is how I am as a person. If there's a problem, I want to solve it. End of story. Like, problem, tell me how to solve it. Tell me what to do. I will do it. I am not one to overthink. I'm not one to overanalyze. I'm not one to kind of second guess. It's kind of like, if there is something wrong and you are telling me how I can fix it, I will do it. And like I said, it was my kids that were at stake, guys. It was my kids the whole time. And back in the day, back in like 2009, my husband and I had actually already done one of the Beachbody programs, one of the original. Hey, Ivana, thanks for being on. We had already done one of the original P90X programs from way back in the day. It got us into the best shape of our lives then. So I had that belief in the programs anyways. I knew that they worked. I had spent my life going to the gym, playing on sports teams, being a basketball player all through high school, since 3rd grade all the way up, running track and field. I was a sprinter. And so when she was describing this to me and saying that, yeah, you can do the workouts from home, so you can do it whenever you want from home, like we'll give you a meal plan and everything, like you'll be a part of an online community, like with other moms just like you, and we can teach you how to earn some income while you work on yourself all from home. I was like, sweet. And it's like, you're part of a team. I was like, this is awesome. This sounds so much fun. Sign me up. Like, if something sounds like this can be the solution to my problem and it sounds fun, I'm like, let's do it. Like, let's do this thing, right? I didn't sit there. I didn't know what I was doing, guys. I knew nothing about freaking business. I was just a 1st grade school teacher my whole life. My husband is the one who has the MBA in entrepreneurship, so I knew nothing about that. I knew that this business was going to be on social media. Guess what? I hardly ever used social media. I had 300 friends on Facebook when I first found out about Beachbody coaching. I didn't even have an Instagram account. So if you follow me on there and you see all the followers I have now, I did not have that then. I had every excuse in the world. I had everything, guys, going against me. All the reasons and all the excuses that I could have used to say, no way, I can't do that. I'm talking, how am I going to fit this in? I have a 4-month-old I'm waking up at night, nursing all through the night. Then my 22-month-old wakes up for the day at 5:45 in the morning. I'm with them all day long. It's nonstop. Like, how am I going to fit in a business here? First of all, how am I going to afford a business now? Because we don't have any money, right? I'm completely out of shape and look like crap. Who's going to listen to me, right? I'm supposed to be a health and fitness coach. Who's going to listen to me? I don't use social media, so what the heck do I even do? What does this even mean? I've never been involved in something like this in my life. Literally, I had all that going against me. But here is the difference. The difference is that I knew why I had to do something differently in my life to see a change. I knew deep down that if other people were in this business doing it and having success, that they were no luckier than me, that it was not any easier for them, that if they could do it, that I could do it too. Just like you sitting here listening right now, you know you can do this too. I know that you can do this too. And I just kept thinking about my kids, and everything is figure outable. And so any question that you have about coaching, or like the things that might be in the back of your mind, like what I had just said, like, but I don't have the money, but I don't have this. Guys, we help you do all of that. This is your own business, yeah, and it's awesome, but you don't do this alone. You have me as your mentor, or whoever invited you to listen to this. You have that person as their mentor, not only that, but you have a huge ass team, a really good, ethical, big, strong, supportive team to help you. You are not alone. You're not going to sign up and be thrown to the wolves like, good luck, figure it out, you're on your own. Like, that's not how we roll, guys. Not to mention, I was a teacher, so I spend a lot of extra time and energy on people who really want this, because I want every single person who comes into this business to have success with this, with whatever success means to you in this. And it's something different for everybody. So my point is that I was so excited, right, that now I had the solution. right, to fix my problem. And I was all ready to go. Now, my husband didn't know any of this was happening. This conversation was going on. We were having guacamole and chips, and he was talking to my friend Matt, and I was talking to his girlfriend until the car ride home. And I was like, yeah, I got this. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to become a coach, and I'm going to earn some money from home, and I'm going to do this and blah, blah, blah. And he's like, Kathy, seriously right now? That is a total scam. That's a pyramid scheme, Kathy, okay? You're not going to earn any money with this. Your chances of having success with this, Kathy, are just as likely as you going to a casino and gambling your money away. What would you say if your husband said that to you, or your spouse or significant other said that to you, right? So it was like my bubble was completely deflated, because I was starting to think, well, is he right? I mean, he's the one that's got the entrepreneur, degree. He's the one with the MBA. I mean, he's the one, he's had 4 or 5 other businesses. I've never done this before. Am I just kind of being like naive? But deep down inside, I knew that I would be good at this. Like, I just knew it. Like, when you get that gut feeling like, I need to do this. Like, I know that this is going to be the thing. Like, I know this is going to be the thing. So I was a little deflated that car ride home. And, it got to the point, though, anyways, within like a week. I didn't sign up like immediately then, even though I wanted to. I waited I was like silently stalking my coach and seeing what's going on and watching all these other people having success and watching my life get worse and feeling bad for myself. And it's just ridiculous. So finally we sat down, my husband and we came up with an agreement. And he's not the kind of husband to tell me, no, you are not allowed to do this. Like, you're not doing it. He's not that kind of guy. And I'm definitely not that kind of person that would actually listen. So that's not how he rolls. But he definitely wasn't like, yeah, you should do that. Like, he was like, no way, Kathy. Like, he was, not now, but he was the most skeptical person you could ever come across. I seriously have never met anybody more skeptical than him. And this is 6 years in now, guys. He's like a thick-headed, stubborn German, and I'm Irish, so it's like, good luck with that. So we sat down and we discussed, and we came to a compromise, and he said, okay, Kathy, here is the deal. You can do this, fine, but you have a couple months. You have a couple of months to show that this can actually be something and that you can actually start earning an income doing this. Because if not, there's just no way around it. Like, we can't, you have to go to work. So it was June 26, 2014 at 9:22 at night. I messaged my coach and I said, sign me up. I'm ready. We need to do this. I need to do this now. And I didn't know what the hell I was doing, guys. I had no idea what the hell I was getting myself into. I just figured, hey, if other people are doing it, I'm going to do it too. That's how we're going to do it. And I think that is how you should all be thinking. Instead of being fearful and worried about the unknown because it's something different and something that you're not familiar with, we tend to do that when something is new and out of the norm. We tend to kind of think of worst case scenario, but your brain and your subconscious does that purposely to protect you and keep you safe. You have to find a way to flip the switch and be like, but what if this thing does allow me to get out of debt? What if this thing does allow me to be home more with my kids? What if this thing does allow me to do something where I feel like I'm actually making a difference every day instead of a hamster on a freaking wheel? That is the way that you need to think. And so I signed up on that day, and I had a call with one of my mentors who had been doing this at the time for like 7 years. And he told me from the beginning, this is not a get-rich-quick scheme, Kathy. And if you come into this and you can be somebody who truly treats this like a business, and you dedicate time every day to your business, and you show up every day, even on the days when no one else is and no one else wants to, you will build a business. And guys, when I came into this, by the way, just so everybody knows, I came into this only wanting to earn a couple $100s. Like, I was that person that was like, listen, all I need is like $500 a month. That's it. I had no plans, guys, at all to go big with this, just so everybody knows, because if you've been following me for a while, you've seen how it's changed my life, and that's not why I came into this. I never had that on my radar at all. It was teach me how to earn like $300 to $500 a month so I can keep staying home with my kids. I knew it wasn't going to get me out of debt. I knew it wasn't going to leave us with any extra spending money, but it was going to be just enough to keep me home, and that was my priority. Just enough to be home with my kids. And I got into this, and like I said, I had 40 pounds I needed to lose when I first started. I got hooked up with a 21-day program called the 21-Day Fix. I got started on an amazing, it's like known all around the world, portion control plan that I followed that let me eat all the food groups, so I wasn't cutting out carbs. Like I had done every crash diet in the world that you can think of prior. Okay, that's not reality. That doesn't work. This was teaching you and teaching me at the time how to live a healthy, well-balanced life and do it the right way. Which is why I'm so proud to always tell people that I am a Beachbody coach and to help other people, because you're not getting into any kind of pills or teas or patches or any of this other kind of crap that's out there. That's all quick fixes, guys. That doesn't work. That doesn't last. It's not the real way to doing it. I was doing real workout programs from home, put together by top of the line, world-class personal trainers, following meal plans that let me eat all the foods that I love, but was portioned out specifically to my own body type based on what I wanted my results to be. And I was drinking a superfood shake, Shakeology, every single day. And not only that, but I had a coach. I had a one-on-one coach, and I was part of an online community. So on the days where I was exhausted and only slept 3 hours because the kids are up all night, I could log right into my online community, and I saw other people showing up who had way worse situations going on in their life than me, and they were showing up, and they were cheering me on and being like, Kathy, get it in, like you can do this, post it here once you've got it done, I'm going to check up on you. So it was impossible for me to want to quit or fail with that kind of support. And that's the exact same support that you guys will have when you decide to do this. And so I was doing that, and now you know what it's like, guys, right? When you're on a health and fitness journey, like I'm like, oh my God, I'm eating so much food. Like that was another thing that blew me away. I was eating so much food every day. I was like, how can I possibly lose weight with all of this food? All this time I was doing it wrong, right? Thinking I needed to like cut out carbs and deprive myself and like have like very little calories. No, I was doing it all wrong. So I was being taught by a nutritionist how to do it right. And I was eating all this food and all this awesome food. And I was losing weight, and I was gradually losing the weight, right? And I was gaining back my confidence. And now I had something of my own, a story that I could tell that was about me and not anybody else but me, that I could share with other people. And even though it was uncomfortable for me to share things like what I was doing on social media, I knew that if I really wanted to be able to make an impact and do something that was rewarding and help other people on their journey and also be able to stay at home with my kids, that people weren't just going to come knocking down at my door and like find me out of the woodworks. I had to let people know what I was doing. And so people were seeing me show up and get in this 30-minute workout from home in my living room. They were seeing me have to press play. I'd talk about it. This 30-minute workout took me 50 minutes, guys. Kirsten wanted to nurse in the middle of it. Landon fell and whacked his head over here and was crying. Then this one wanted a snack. Then the dog pissed on the floor. I mean, it's like, guys, if you are authentic in yourself and just share, that inspires automatically other people to realize that, hey, she's just a regular, real person, and she's getting it done. And they were seeing me get these results. So they were seeing a real person get results the right way. So I was doing that, and I was getting the confidence. And then the other thing, though, that along with that was good, because that was my health and fitness journey, and I had now something I could speak to. I could talk about the program that I was doing. I could talk about what I was doing and, you know, what was working for me and what I was struggling with. I could do that no problem. And now I had to figure out, though, when can I fit in this business, okay? Because everybody has the same amount of time in their day. And whatever you are fitting in during your day right now is there because you've made a priority to fit it in, right? And I looked at my schedule, and initially I was like, I have no time during the day to build a business, none. But what I found was I actually had way more free time available that I didn't even know I had existed. And this is one of the things that we will do with you when you sign up. We will sit down together and have a one-on-one call, and we'll talk about what your day looks like. We will talk about your schedule, and we will together figure out when you can fit this business in during windows and pockets of time during your day. See, this isn't about you sitting down and banging out 8 hours straight. People seem to think that. It's not. This is slow and steady wins the race, consistency over time. What 20-minute block here? And then how about a 30-minute block here? Okay, fine, you want to do an hour block at night? It's different for everybody, but we find a way to make it work for you in your schedule. And for me, I had no time during the day, guys, to build this business because, like I said, I had the 2 kids at home, and I was not willing to, I mean, we're basically in the same situation now with all the kids home, let's just be honest. And I was not willing to ignore my kids and have my face buried in my phone or computer when the whole reason why I stopped my teaching career was to be home with them to not the moments. So when I sat back and looked at my schedule for me, I said, well, Kathy, you're sitting down every night for like 3.5 hours with your husband on the couch watching endless TV, right? Scrolling Facebook. I was one of those people. I would just scroll. I would never like anything or comment, but I would just scroll, see what everybody else was doing in their life, feel bad for myself and mine, and watch TV and make some drinks and order a pizza, and that's how I was living my life every single night. And I had to get real with myself. How bad do you really want this change in your life, Kathy? Do you really want to be home with your kids? Or do you just kind of sort of like you don't really care if you're home with kids? And I really wanted to be home with my kids. So the TV at night had to go for me. It had to go. Sitting down, watching 3.5 hours at night was instant gratification. Sure, it feels good. Sure, it's easy. Who the hell has motivation at night, right, guys? But motivation doesn't just come to you. You have to have a purpose, right? You have to have a purpose behind it. That's what's going to get you to show up on the days that you don't want to. And I got real with myself and said, you want to be home with those kids? They are worth it to you. You are going to show up and build your business at night. You don't need 3.5 hours of TV at night. So for me, that is when I worked my business, guys. I'd sit down, I'd make a big coffee, I'd sit at my counter in Massachusetts, and I'd work my business. And what did that look like, guys? All that looked like was me reaching out on social media, talking to my friends that I had at the time. Back then, we teach you how to expand your market. We teach you how to meet new people. We teach you how to do it authentically. So you're not somebody spamming people, so that you're not one of those annoying people that people want to block, right? We teach you how to do it the right way. This is why our team is one of the top teams in the network, is because we do it right. And we all know those people that just add you to groups without permission. We all see those people that just spam you this long ass message. I get like 50 of them a day, right? They don't even know me. They don't know anything about me, right? We all see those people making posts on social media, fanning dollar bills at you like, whoa, $800 this week. Look at this. You can do it too. It's a bunch of bullshit, guys. And I told you I'd be honest with you. Those people, if they are coming to you, run for the hills because that's not real. They're not really building real businesses because that is not how you do it. And with our team, when you become a coach, we teach you how to do it the right way. We teach you how to share. We teach you how to share your journey and be real. And people love that. I'm never going to sit here and tell you that it was easy to do what I did. I'm never going to sit here and promise you 6 figures in 11 months like I did. It is possible, but I'm not going to say you're going to definitely or no, because I know how much hard work and dedication and time and effort that takes. But I will tell you, this could change your life forever if you're someone like me back then who takes the leap of faith and just tries. And so at night when I would sit down to work at my countertop, I would just talk to people. I was uncomfortable, guys, doing that because I never used social media. But all I did was talk to my friends that I had at the time. Like I said, I only had 300 on there. These are people who I worked with, were neighbors with, played sports with, whatever, friends of the family, whatever. And I just told them what I was doing. I told them that I was getting started on a 21-day program, that I was in an awesome online group, that I was looking to lose 35 more pounds, and I needed all the support I can get. Hey, it would be awesome if you would do it with me. Do you think this would be something that you might want to do with me? That's literally all I did. I just told people what I was doing and invited people along. And I didn't give a crap if people said no, right? I didn't get attached to the outcome of somebody saying yes or no. I went into this thinking, who can I help? Because at the end of the day, this business is about building real relationships with people. It's about genuinely caring about people. And if you come into this, like, how can I make the fastest sale? Like, oh my God, I need to make this income, or oh my God, I need to reach this goal. It's never going to happen. You have to come into this and be someone who, first and foremost, is looking to make some kind of positive change in their life, and is also somebody who really cares about other people. And that if people tell you no, not right now, you're still going to be their friend and talk to them. It's not, hey, oh, on to the next, right? This is about people, putting people before you. And the more people that you can help, the more you're going to get to where you want to go, guys, in life. And so I always, and still to this day, guys, always put people first. That's why I will scream from the rooftops about this business, because it's not up to me to not tell you. It's not up to me to keep that back. I'm literally doing people a disservice if I don't talk about this. I'm not going to sit here and say this is definitely going to be the thing for you, because some people get into it and it's not for them. It's not for everybody. But I will say that I think people are crazy to literally not even try, because I was one of those people who would have never seen myself doing this before in a million years. And so I showed up and I did this every night, just like my mentor told me to do. And there were some rough days, right? And there were some days where I couldn't do as much as I wanted to, because there's going to be seasons in your life, but I still did what he said, which was just show up. Right? Even if you can't do what you were doing before, just show up, because people are depending on you. And your income, guys, that you will earn in this business is tied to how many people you help, plain and simple. The people in this business who make hundreds of thousands of dollars, 7 figures a year, are just helping a lot of people. And they started with one. We all come in with none, and we start with one person at a time, going the distance, being patient, having perseverance. You don't reach your health and fitness goals in 5 days. You're not going to earn 6 figures in 5 days, right? If you can have success with your health and fitness journey, then you can do that. You can build a business. It's the exact same thing, but one is health and fitness and one is business. And so my very first month, I think I helped like 10 people get started on their journey, or something like that. I can't really remember the exact number, but I remember earning about like $1,000 that first month, you know. But that was because I was really being intentional with my time, and I had to prove to my husband that I could earn an income. Otherwise, I was going to be going back to work. So I stayed the course month after month. It didn't take my husband long to finally hop on board and be like, whoa, this is like a real thing. He printed out like the policies and procedures before I signed up, read everything through, like, my God, give me a break, right? And at the end of the day, this is a real business like any other business. If you decide to become an Uber driver and you don't drive anybody anywhere, are you going to get a paycheck? Hell no, right? Same thing. If you decide to become a coach and I welcome you into our team, and you don't listen to what I tell you to do and you don't do anything, you're not going to earn an income, plain and simple. But if you show up and you're teachable, fine. The other thing too I wanted to touch on was the whole thing with the pyramid scheme, how he thought that this was a pyramid scheme. First of all, a pyramid scheme is completely illegal. It's also, you're not actually selling any products to real people, and you are never able to surpass the top. There's legit someone at the top and everybody below you, and the person at the top, no one can ever out-earn. This is not a pyramid scheme, because you have real programs and products that are being sold to customers on the daily that are helping real people get real results. You can come in and you can out-earn me. I out-earned the person who signed me up. I have people do this all the time. It is completely possible. Okay? So there is no top. Everybody has just as much likelihood to succeed as the person who signed up before them. It doesn't matter, okay? So I kept showing up month after month, and whoa, the paychecks are coming in. I'm like, whoa, this is crazy, right? This is definitely like way more than I wanted to do. My first month, I surpassed my goal of just like $300 to $500, right? And finally, it was like by month 7, I was earning what I was earning with my teaching career when I stopped, which was $70,000, right? Now, by then, my husband was fully on board, clearly. And at this point in time, he was like, what can I do around the house to help you out so that you can spend your time building your business? So since like 5 months in, guys, my husband would be the one who'd be like cleaning the kitchen up, putting all the dishes away, like all the stuff that like I would have been doing. That was just kind of, that wasn't going to be like helping me build my business. So he took over all that stuff, dishes, laundry, cleaning, and I worked my business. And so by 7 months in, that's where we were. And I just kept going. And again, it was because I was helping a lot of people. I was helping a lot of people see real results. And I was getting a lot of messages from people, which felt awesome. I was getting messages being like, Kathy, you changed my life. You were such an inspiration. I am so glad that you reached out to me. Like, even though, guys, I was so nervous to reach out to people. Seriously, so nervous. Those first few messages especially. I knew that this could change somebody's life. Like, that's why I'm sitting here talking to you right now. And every message that I've ever gotten from anybody, even to this day, whether it's about the business or the health and fitness, or somebody makes a post and they tag me in it, or they send me a message, I literally copy and paste and I put it in a document that I've been collecting now for almost 6 years on my phone, on my laptop. So I can look at it on those days where like I'm feeling like, I just am not feeling it. I look at that and I'm like, people need you. Legit, people are counting on you and relying on you. Like, you have to show up. And by 11 months in, I was earning 6 figures. And that did not come easily, guys. And no, that's not the norm. I was spending 4 hours every single night working on my business, helping a lot of people, doing the right activities. And you don't have to do that if you don't want to. That you don't have to come in with doing that. Like I said, I only wanted to earn a couple $100. If you want to earn a couple $100, I'll teach you exactly how to do that. You want to get to the place where I was, I'll teach you how to do that too. It was one of those things where when I got into it, I didn't realize how much I was going to actually love it. I didn't really think it was possible to find your passion. I honestly thought that was a bunch of BS. And then I got into this and I became addicted to it, guys. Like, I don't want to go to bed at night. Still to this day, at 6 years in, I have to pull myself away from the computer and go to bed because I know the kids wake me up at the butt crack of dawn, and I gotta be like somewhat alive, right? I really, really loved it. And I kept going, and by 15 months in, we were able to make that call and pay off all that credit card debt that I told you about, all $35,000 plus, and continue to make a savings. And I knew at that moment that I would never have to work for anybody ever again. I knew at that moment that I would be able to be home with my kids. And I started to dream bigger. I was able to actually dream and make a vision board, which I didn't even know about. I was like, what is this? Started to put things on there. Like, I wanted to be able to give back to my parents, and help them out. I wanted to be able to have a beach house, be somewhere by the beach because I love the sun and palm trees and all of that stuff. And I just kept going and going and going. And we were just able to save. And I mean, it's been 6 years now. So we were making, 6 figures at 11 months in. And now it's, been almost 6 years coming up on June. But the most important thing about this business is, not only does it actually allow you to make, I'm talking an impact for a lifetime on somebody, right? It makes you a better person, but it allows you to be able to be there for people in your life when they really need you to. When it really came down to it, and 2.5 years ago, we were able to sell our home in Massachusetts and move down to Florida to our dream home here, just like 10 minutes from the beach. I made sure I got a place that was big enough for my parents that had like an in-law thing kind of attached on the other side of the pool because they were both retired, and I really wanted them to be able to spend a lot of time down here. That was one of my things that I wanted to do. So they were spending most of the year down here with us. But when I really showed, gratitude for this business, where it really kind of was extremely eye-opening, was when my dad was diagnosed with leukemia last May. And I'll never forget it. I was like 33 weeks pregnant with baby number 3, Keegan, which I had been trying to get pregnant for over a year. I had had like 4 miscarriages back to back. He literally is like my miracle baby, you know? I really didn't know if I'd be able to have another baby. And I was 33 weeks pregnant with him, and out of freaking nowhere, so fast life can change. Out of nowhere, I got a call that my dad was just diagnosed with acute myeloid leukemia, and that he was going to have to be immediately go to Boston, and that's where the rest of my family lives. That's where I moved from, and be at Mass General Hospital and be undergoing months of chemotherapy, get a stem cell transplant, all this stuff. Guys, if it were not for this business, I would have been screwed. It was at that moment that because of this business, okay, didn't even have to think twice about it. We could say and make a decision as a family and say, okay, we know exactly what we're going to do. We're packing up the car. We're going to leave our home in Florida for now. We're going to leave it here. And we're going to go up to Massachusetts. We're going to pack the car up, pack the kids up, put the dog in the back. We're going to drive up there. We're going to have to find a place to rent, and I'm going to have to deliver the baby up there. Whatever, we'll figure it out when it happens. We'll take it step by step. I need to get up there and be there with my dad, because if something happens and I am down here this pregnant, I literally won't be able to get up there to be near him. And if it weren't for this business, guys, and the flexibility and the financial freedom that it provides for our family, I wouldn't have been able to do that. And I was able to do that this summer. I was able to go up at the very beginning of June. We rented a home up in Massachusetts for 7 months. I had to enroll the kids in school up there, in second grade and kindergarten. I had to deliver my 3rd baby up there. I continued to build my business up there. With all the unknowns, I was able to go visit my dad at the hospital. He was able to meet Keegan like 5 days after he was born. My dad, thank the Lord, is in remission right now. It's still day by day, but he's in remission right now. But I was able to be there, guys, like for someone in my life who is so important to me. Like this is what I'm saying, is that like you can't get time with people back. You know what I mean? Like the time that I've been able to have with my kids because of this business, the time I was able to spend with my mom and my dad, especially when he was going through all of that crap up in Boston for 7 months, that's time with people that you can't get back. You can get back a lot of things in life. You can't get back time with people. And that was just, from the very beginning, guys, that was one of those things that I just wasn't willing to sacrifice. Like I wasn't willing to miss out on those moments with my kids. And, you know, if I had listened to my husband, if I had listened to him 6 years ago, that would have been the biggest mistake of our life that we would have made, that we would have never even known we would have made at that time. I would be living a completely different life right now. And so it is my obligation and my duty to share this with people and tell you guys about this. And it doesn't matter what your goal is. Not goal, but whatever you want to call it. It doesn't matter what your reason is for wanting to get into this. It doesn't matter if it's something small like, hey, I just want to get started on my health and fitness journey and help a couple people. Awesome. I'm going to teach you how to do that. Or, hey, you know what? I really need to be earning $1,000 a month because I just got laid off. Okay, I'm going to teach you how to do that. Guys, I have already been there. I've already walked that path. So I know what it takes to get to where anybody wants to get to. And I couldn't make it any easier for people to come on, to be completely honest, and have success with this. This is a very, very simple business. We don't have to worry about shipping and handling returns. And literally, it's just work on you, which is the foundation of the whole business. Work on you. Focus on you. We always start with you. And then we teach you how to help other people. And as a matter of fact, that's the first thing we do. When you sign up, I get on a phone call with you and let's talk about you. How are you feeling right now? What's going on in your life? What are your health and fitness goals? Let's put a plan in place for you. We get everything started for you, because if you're not working on yourself and you're not improving and you're not feeling good, it's going to be really hard to help other people do the same thing. And then from there, based on what you save for your income goals and business goals, we put a plan in place for that. And like I said, guys, I can tell you exactly. And if you follow it, you'll have success. And if you don't, then you won't. I won't drag you along in this. I don't force people to do this with me. If you're listening to this right now and I've invited you to it, it is because I truly see potential in you. At the beginning, when I first started this business, I would pretty much bring anybody on who wanted to coach. Not anymore. Not for a long time have I been like that. I spend a lot of time and energy mentoring people and helping them be able to reach and get to where they want to get to in this business. And so I specifically only hand select people who I really truly believe are going to be teachable, who are going to be motivated, who need this change in their life, and who I see that potential in. I tell them about it. I will go and tell them about it. So at the end of this, guys, like, I'm not going to go, I don't force anybody to do it. There is no hard feelings. It's just my job to tell you about this. I will say that I think that you will be making a big mistake if you don't even try, because just like we tell our kids, just try, and if it's not for you, then whatever, no big deal. Worst case scenario, guys, what's going to happen if you get into this and decide the business isn't for you? Nothing. You get to keep a whole year of access to all the workouts still. You get to be in our groups. You can still have me help you out with that for the rest of your life. No big deal. Don't overthink it. This is not like me trying to ask for your kidney here. This is me trying to tell you guys and be upfront and honest that this could be that change that completely, literally changes the entire course of your future. And you only have one life. And especially now, guys, with everything being such a crap show, hey, you know what? Why not use this period of time to try to become better, to try to help more people? I'll be honest, guys, this business is busier now than ever before because the gyms have closed, fitness centers are closing. So people don't want to lose their results. They want to continue to be healthy and fit from home, especially for their sanity. And guess who they're coming to? They're coming to you. They're coming to the coaches because we have a way to help them from their home. So when you get off of this thing, guys, just send the person who invited you to this a message. Be brave. Think positive. If I can do this, you can do this. Think the way I thought when I first started, right? Hey, you know what? Hell, if she can do it, I can do it. I can be teachable. I'm motivated. I can go the distance. I want to make an impact. I want to do something rewarding. All right, Kathy, let's do this thing. I'm ready. And just send that person who invited you to this, or if they sent you the recording, send them a message right after you listen to this and say, I'm ready to do this. And you know what? When you do that, we will welcome you right into our team page. We'll get you on a call, and we're going to get you going ASAP. And you're going to look back, and you are literally going to say, oh my God, why didn't I do this long ago? Because that's what everybody says who signs up. They always say, oh my God, I should have done this 3 months ago, or I should have done this 2 years ago. Oh God, I've been watching you, Kathy, for 4 years. I can't believe I waited this long. I'm here right now looking at you, telling you that, trust me, now is the time. There's never going to be a right time. You just have to bite the bullet and do it. So anyways, guys, if you have any questions, you can comment below. I will get back to you and answer them ASAP. Otherwise, like I said, reach out to that person right now. Let them know you're ready to do it, and let's get you started, and let's get you changing your life, and not only changing your life, but changing other people's lives, because that is what this business is all about. So have an awesome night, guys. I hope you continue to stay safe and stay home and stay healthy, and we'll talk soon. Bye, guys.